What's up, everybody? Happy New Year. Welcome back. Did you miss us? I missed you. I missed you. I've been sitting on this episode for a while. We did this back at Great How You've Been Fest, an event that takes place at a couple different houses, and it's awesome, man. Started off with Good How Are You Fest. Maddie asked if he should turn Great How Have You Been Fest to a label, and if he did a label of whatever you would call it, if he did a label, that shit would just blow up. He's so good at what he does. But yeah, that's where we ran into Little War. And Little War is comprised of Michael. You've got Dan. You got Ryan. Michael has done some stuff in the past with some videos, which I thought were hilarious. They were great. They were well put together. Ryan's just a fucking subhuman beast on the drums. And then you got Dan, man. Dan, the man from Trash Boy and Slime Time Live. And you know what? These motherfuckers are housemates. All three of them living together in one house. And they just released an EP that is fucking brutal. That shit is protest music. It's protest music on fucking methamphetamine. It's good shit. And they just released it. And I recommend everybody check it out. It's free. It's free. But if you wanted to pay for it, if you wanted to, all you'd have to do is let them know that, hey, you know what? I'd like you to donate this money, and they will. They want to let everybody know that if you tell them where to donate that money to a charitable cause, that they would do that. They also wanted to let you know that the police killed 1,129 civilians in 2017, with only 12 of them being charged with a crime related to the murder. Who are the real fucking criminals? Well, these guys will let you know. Little War will let you know. But yeah, dude, it's really good shit. And they just played a show at Kung Fu Necktie. And I'm sorry I missed that. I'm sorry that I didn't let you guys know about it. It happened, and I'm sure it was dope as fuck. But there's still some shit going down at Kung Fu Necktie. And we got a busy year this year. It's January. I'm running behind, but we have so much shit going on. This Thursday at Kung Fu Necktie, you got Royal Thunder coming through. They're touring their album Wick. They took number 8 on Rolling Stone's 20 Best Metal Albums, number 7 Classic Rock, and on 50 on Metal Rock Magazine's 50 Best Albums of 2017 and Revolver's 20 Best of 2017. But that's going down at Kung Fu Necktie. So if you missed if you missed Little War, come check out Royal Thunder. And yeah, man, we got that going on. The 27th, we should be at the radio outlet from 5 to 7 p.m. That's going down at 2829 Cedar Street. That's going to be some hip-hop shit. And I'm like so looking forward to that shit. It's going to be hosted by Reese Banga. Interviews by Torre from Sirius XM and Revolt. You got DJ Thoro of This Is 50 doing interviews. It's going to be dope, man. We got hit up for a fashion show. You can expect a lot of shit, man. You can expect a lot of new things happening this year. Super looking forward to continuing doing music, people passing through. But I want to get into like graffiti. I want to talk about food. I fucking love food, man. I love food. We'll get into that later, though. Right now, I just want to bring in the new year with some fight music, some protest music, some let's set something on fire and fight. Yeah, man. So here's Little War. Fucking awesome, dudes. Awesome. I hope you enjoyed the interview. Happy New Year, man. Let's do this right. Okay. And we're live right now. So anybody who wants to grab the mic. Hello.
Say hello.
Hello.
So you're gonna have to you're gonna have to hold that thing really close.
Okay.
Dude, here I am with fucking Little War.
Hello.
What the fuck
Yes.
was that fucking show?
Hi.
Names and instruments.
My name is Michael Dominic Nardone. I am the bass player and lead vocalist.
I'm Ryan Michael Kesmiri. I play the drums and I also provide some vocals.
My name is Daniel Stephen Baggerly, and I play the guitar and the trash.
Yeah, he's also guitarist for Trash Boy, who just released an album.
It's really
So,
good. Don't ever. Yeah, yes.
I'm shamelessly plugging his album.
No, please do. I've already given them like 0.008 cents on Spotify. So
we're gonna buy a lot of beer with that.
and soy milk for Ryan.
So here's a well, number one. I gotta tell you that fucking set rocked my fucking balls.
Thank you.
Wow,
Thank you.
dude,
Thank you. Thank you.
that
Thank you. Thank
shit
you.
was fucking awesome. For as unchoreographed, I guess you could say, it was so fucking tight. Like that set was fucking tight. Those drums, dude. Like it just felt like every motherfucking beat hit
Thank
all the
you.
way through. Yeah, dude, that shit was fucking.
It's
awesome.
funny because Ryan, our drummer, as a child played drums and then has been in a couple other bands. He's in it was in a band called Ronald Reagan, and now in a band called Brandish, which both are phenomenal. So also shameless plug there too. But he plays guitar in those bands, and I've known him for a while, and I got him back to playing drums, which he's a really fucking good drummer.
Never heard you on guitar. You fucking shred on those drums, dude.
Yeah, I'm very
That
excited to
shit
have
was
him back
fucking
on
wild,
drums.
dude.
I think he kind of is too.
A little bit, yeah. It's nice to be back because I, for years, I said I hated playing the drums, and Mike had to kind of convince me to play drums. He really had to convince me.
Yeah, but you just hate everything, so you know.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Fuck yeah. What's also awesome about this is that you guys are the newest housemates in Slime
Yes,
Time.
me and Ryan.
Yes, it's awesome here. My room is gigantic.
Yeah, we are actually in Ryan's room right now, and the show was held in my bedroom. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I kind of like to think if I ever get to move into Slime Time, I've pretty much made it in life. Like
That's exactly
for
how
real,
I
dude,
I
like,
felt. Like it's pretty awesome to live here.
It's like I get to live in Neverland. Like what?
There's a goddamn bidet here. There's a fucking, and I never used a bidet, and now
I don't think my butt's ever been this clean before. It's insane.
Dan is.
I'm a big proselytizer for bidets. You know, I think the fact that there are not bidets in every public toilet is a health crisis. Who knows what literal shit we're walking around with all the
'cause
time, you
when
know? You just have a really clean butt. It's easy.
Well, see, and the thing is, dude, if you ever got shit in your arm, you wouldn't just wipe it with toilet paper, right? Like, there's a fucking way, dude. Like, walk around with shit on your arm.
No, because you're not cleaning anything. You're just kind of wiping it off. Like there's still fucking germs and fucking disgustingness in your asshole. Like
I don't care much for cleanliness in general, but I want a clean butt.
Yeah, absolutely. Butt and teeth.
Awesome. All right, man. I think.
actually, on teeth, my tooth is rotting out of my head right now, and it tastes like rotting metal.
Well, now that you're saving money on rent.
yeah. I'm gonna go to the dentist this
you
week.
go to the dentist, man.
The
I'm
scary,
telling you,
scary
dude.
dentist.
Slime Time, making all your dreams come true.
That's great.
Right, dude. So fucking yeah, dude. All right. So I know that Daniel just jumped on right with a guitar. How the fuck did you learn those songs so quick?
Oh man, I mean, Mike just sent them to me and gave me. I basically had like 3. No, I didn't even learn them before we started practicing. So we just practiced for a month, at least a couple days a week, and then I just slowly kind of got them because I mean, obviously they wrote them, they have them down pat, so I'd just be like, all right, now I know. It was like, it was perfect because I hate putting effort into things.
Hey, that's this band. That is this band. So I'm glad that you're here.
Except for Trash Boy, I put effort in that, and Slime Time Live. Those are the 2 things I put effort into. But that's what I love about this band is like it gives me way more than I put into it. So
That's fucking wild, dude.
The only requirement I just moved back from North Carolina, and we were actually just talking about this. I've known Ryan for years, and we wrote these songs, a couple of these songs, like 3-4 years ago. And we were looking for a guitar player because us and Trash Boy went out on a little tour about a month ago. 2/3 Trash Boy. Noli wasn't available. And
Hey, how is Noli?
she's doing great. She worked at Hershey Park all summer, but now she's back in Philly, and working the day jobs, and we just went on a tour for all of October, like every single weekend. Came back so we could work on the weekdays, and we're going strong. We already have a couple of new songs. We'll be playing them really soon. We'll probably have a new album out in like less than a year.
Yeah, I'm sorry, real quick. I don't mean to cut you off. Dan, what the fuck do you do for a living? What like?
Oh, I'm a social worker. I work for this organization called Pathways to Housing. And we just they get homeless people right off the streets into their own apartment. Oh, sorry. Pathways gets homeless people right off the street into their own apartment, and with like no requirements. Like they don't have to get clean. They don't have to do any particular thing. It's just, do you want to live in your own home? We'll work with you, and then like, once they're in their own place, then we'll help. Okay, do you want to like get treatment? Like we'll hook them up with doctors and psychiatrists or whatever they need to just start living their lives again. And it's great because I don't have patience for like, I don't care if people do drugs and shit. Like, like just, like there's no reason for anybody to be homeless. There's like more than enough houses. So oh, hell yeah, dude. I wish. It's a bit pricey there now, but it's great. We house people all over the city, or I don't know. I don't organize it or anything, but I help out, and they pay me money.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm sorry. So going on. So you guys went on tour with Trash Boy.
So like I was saying before, Dan interrupted me with his awesome work and his great fucking. First off, Dan is far better than Ryan and myself in every facet of life.
I don't know, dude. I was digging around Ryan's room. This is pretty awesome. Man.
He does have a Crass poster,
yeah,
so
dude,
you know
that.
that.
I love the LGBT 666 marijuana.
Oh yeah,
flag.
yeah. That is a
seems
great.
Like fucking. That's basically. This is everything I stand for right now.
Yeah.
I'm planting my motherfucking flag, bitches.
So yeah, Ryan. Like I said, I moved back from North Carolina, and I didn't really know anybody. I knew Ryan, and like I said, we wrote these songs years ago. And I was like, "Hey, dude, do you know anybody that would want to play guitar?" And he's like, "Yeah, I know this guy Dan," which I didn't know Dan at this point. I don't even think I saw Trash Boy, or I've been here once before then. And he's like, "I know this guy Dan," and I was like, "Okay, well, how does he feel about the Israel-Palestine relations?" And he's like, "I don't know. I'll ask him." And then he asked him, and he turns out he's pro-Palestine, just like the rest of us, and that was the only requirement for joining this band. Though we have no songs about the occupying state of Israel. It is a shared feeling between us. We all come from different backgrounds and different parts of life, different class systems, I guess, in a way. But we can all agree that go Palestine and free Palestine.
It's funny. It's like Rick Grimes' 3 questions in Walking Dead, but you guys have nailed it down to 1.
Hey, that's what we're here for. Yeah.
I only have 1 question for you.
But no, having Dan is great. This was actually our 5th show, and we played 1 show before then, and then we went on tour our 2nd, 3rd, and 4th show because, if you got something to say and you want to play music for people, why not just fucking play it all different parts of the country, instead of just in one area where it's like-minded people that are like, yeah, I feel that way too. But why not go play the South and yell at rednecks?
Yeah. So here's the thing. So dude, I'm telling you, that set was powerful as fuck.
Thank you.
And what surprised me so much is that, you hear Trash Boy, and Trash Boy is not Little War. It's not even like, it's not even the same.
But it's great. They have the same thing. That's why I really like Trash Boy so much. It's not the same genre. Well, it is the same genre, It's ish, but lyric-wise and ideal-wise, it's the same.
Yeah, it's socio. It's socio-political guitar and drum music is what it is. It all is that.
So I guess my thing is that, like, all right, so Trash Boy is, and you guys definitely have a little mix of that too, but Trash Boy is like, I want to fucking like hang out with my friends, have fun, and tell fucking dick jokes. You know what I mean? That's what kind of like Trash Boy is. You guys, I want to fucking put in my headphones and go start a fucking riot. Like that's.
Thank
like,
you, thank you. That's
it's-
two things I heard tonight. That was one of the best compliments I ever got. So that is one. The other one was when Chris told me to turn my bass up, which I never hear. So that is this. Wow, what a great night. Thank you. That is actually a good comment because you know what, with everything that's going on in the world right now, the only thing that I can see happening to change anything is to riot and really start making your voices heard, and because shit's only gonna get fucking worse. And some of these songs are 3 years old and they seem outdated because things have just gotten way worse since then. Yeah.
I agree that they're still relevant, but at the same time, I feel like we could be doing a lot more, and I mean, even with the newer songs, we are.
Yeah. I really feel every band that is politically minded feels that way right now, though. It's like we were working on our album. Trash Boy was working on our album. Like, it was all written before Trump was even elected, and then I almost was just like, "Fuck, let's just write a new thing." But I'm glad we didn't. We're all on the same page here.
I don't feel that the issue is Trump. I don't feel the issue is who's in charge. I think that everything has just snowballed. Well, maybe in charge. It definitely started snowballing with Reagan, and it's just gotten progressively worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. No matter what side you are on, who you voted for, who you idolize. People's idols are falling left and right with these sexual accusations and fucking just.
I was a Louis C.K. fan, and then I was like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, what a."
You know what? But it's also for me. I'm not. I personally, I'm not a Louis C.K. fan. I can understand why people feel upset by it, but you have to realize that these people are just celebrities. They're there for your entertainment, and they're not there for anything else. You do not know them. You do not know what they what their existence is, what their beliefs are. They're there for you to waste your life by watching through them and enjoying them. I mean, I like comedians. I'm a big fan of Pee Wee Herman, and he masturbated in a porno theater. Everyone got really mad about that. I think that's stupid. But anyway, everyone's idols are falling, and I think I'm not going to say it's good because what had happened was so disgusting and so wrong, but maybe it will give people more of a push to be like, I am myself, and I don't need to rely on other people to feel some sort of way.
And it's just good to, clear the fucking air and get rid of these people out of the public eye. Exactly. Just say that again.
These people do not belong in our future society. They belong in our current society, but our current society is crumbling, and that's.
They gotta get the fuck out.
So anyway.
Yeah. My thing is, so with the fucking sheer aggressiveness of your band's music, right? Are you clearly found a place here? But my question is, outside of this realm, because here it's pretty fucking accepting, kind of anything goes. You know what I mean? I'm talking about like Slime Time, Tralfamador, Connie's Rick Rack. But are you guys finding a space and gigs that you can get on that like fit your mold in regards to, I don't know. Honestly, I wouldn't know how to classify you guys. I just fuck up shit.
That's good.
Music. Fuck
That's
shit
one.
up music is the way. Anger, aggression. Are there bills that you're able to get on that fit that fucking mold?
I think a big.
Where the fuck are they happening? I want more.
I think a big thing for me, I do not subscribe to one kind of music for the most part. I think I can speak for myself, but I think I can speak for all of us here, especially because both Dan and Ryan are in socio-political guitar and drum music bands. That the only thing that I would want is to be on a bill with a band that has something to say other than love, or about your. Well, I guess singing about your parents is cool. Because.
Or just I mean, love is a good and important subject, but just like the unexamined, like if you're not examining your life and you're not like bringing some nuance to a subject, and you're just kind of like a superficial song about anything is bad. You know what I mean?
Also, but at that on that same coin, we're 40 years into punk rock, and
Is that it? Has it just been
But
40 years?
there's a song that we play that there is a line that is facsimilate the blueprints of culture, because we're guilty of it too, and that's kind of the shtick, is that there's been evolvement, but not much. It's still hit that point, and I think that needs to get pushed over. Like in the early days of punk rock, it was definitely more politically charged and more, you wore yourself on your sleeve. And then, the late 80s, early 90s hit, and it just got about beer and fucking girls and shit like that. And that just doesn't do it. It doesn't do anything for a society. Like, you could sing about beer. Like, we have a song about fucking stealing DVDs from the mall and buying weed with it. That's something I actually did. But at the same, it's still got to be pushed. And it doesn't necessarily have to be loud. It doesn't have to be quiet. It just has to, you have to push your ideas, and it opens up a scary door, because, some people could be saying some disgusting things with their ideas, but I don't think we're that bad.
Well, it's funny because you're talking about, they got to hear, like, your message or whatever. And to be honest, between you and I, like, the only time I got your message is when you were talking about it. In fact, there were fucking some points that you were just like, blah, 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 blah. I was like,
I'm just not a good singer.
Like, fuck yes, this is exactly what I love. Where it's so fucking hardcore. Like, there are no words for it. It's just fucking energy that's like manifesting itself and coming through your mouth. You know what I mean? Like,
I think that's
I love that. I really did love that part.
That's part of the reason why I try to say what each song is about, because I understand I'm not a good fucking singer, and I don't think you could sing to our music. I think you have to, like, yell or fucking make veins pop out of your forehead. And I went outside and I coughed up blood. I got blood blisters on my hands. I cut my finger. I got a blood blister here on top of an old blood blister. But that's the thing. I was always in the background of, like, say what you're, because our music's so loud and just that I try to convey what we're saying in between songs, just very shortly, just like a little footnote, a pre-footnote.
I think your vocal style is very, like, Slayer. That's like
Thank you.
Slayer and Anthrax is like what I got from it, and it was like it was fucking brutal, bro. You did a great fucking job.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, and my band is our band. I'm sorry, everyone's yelling at me. They keep saying it's my band, so maybe I'm just stuck with it. Our band is full of great musicians.
The dynamic between you three, dude. It was just
having Dan is
brilliant,
is
dude.
great.
It
having
really was. It was fucking. It was brilliant, dude. It really was. It was an amazing set. It was a
thank you
powerful
so much.
set. It's definitely like.
That about sums it up for me.
Right. Yeah, man. No, dude. It's not like I'm not. I get no points for. You know what I mean? I get no points for it. It's just that's one of those things and that's one of the things that I love about coming out to, like, these festivals that you guys put together. You know what I mean? Is that there's always, like, meeting Wildflowers, right? And those dudes lives right around the fucking. So that's what I was thinking. Those dudes live right around the corner from my house, so I actually get to hang out with them a couple. They came to our pig roast and stuff like that. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I really wanted to go.
Yeah, but fucking so it's just cool. Like, when I saw you all performing, I was like, damn, dude, they should hook up with Wildflowers. Like, that would be a fucking awesome set right there.
Yes. And Downtrotter.
Yeah, Downtrotter's fucking vicious too, dude.
I would love to play with them.
Yeah, dude, that was that's actually probably if I have a reason to throw a show, that was probably three that I would.
We will play once people listen to this, we will play anything, anywhere, at any time.
Okay, cool. All right, awesome. Yeah.
I also want to make that stressed as well as a band. We will take any show at any time, pretty much anywhere, as long as we financially can afford it. Because we don't do this. I've been playing music for 12, 15 years now live. I don't do this for myself anymore. If it was for myself, I probably would go to college and stop playing music. To be honest, I was burnt out on music for about 2 years. I had a really rough time for a while there. And, it just feels really good to be back in doing this. And this was our 5th show, and like thank you for giving me another microphone, giving us microphones to talk some more, because like this is what it's about, and and to be able to play in front of people that are very appreciative and want to interview us after our set is I want everything to be out there. I want I think bands should do that more. I think bands should just put it all out there, because when you're reserved, it's only for yourself.
Yeah. Do you guys have an album out right now?
We have a album in the works.
Okay, in the works means where are you at in the process?
The person that recorded us is mixing it, and it will be eventually probably released online. We were going to do vinyl. It's expensive. I'd much rather just get it out. We've already waited so long. Just be free. It will always be free unless it's on a physical format like vinyl, just because vinyl is really expensive. So if we ever do put one out, we will charge for that. But it'll be the minimum amount for that. I do not want to make a feature. Well, I want to make a feature off this. I'd like to play music, but I don't want to make money. I don't need money. Whenever we make money, we like to get rid of it. Just donate it somewhere where somebody needs it. Because gas.
I got a beer fund that needs it if you're ever looking.
Just there's always somebody out there more. I've been homeless. I know what it's like to not know where your money's coming next.
Just talk to Dan.
I did, and now I live in his house.
Fucking Dan works magic, man. He's even working when he's not working.
The pipes are calling.
I just do what I do, and sometimes people pay me for it.
But we're not in this to make any sort of profit. We're not in this to have fucking designer clothing made after us, or or whatever. Our CDs are fucking. We're not like Taylor Swift that had fucking ads on UPS trucks. I'm just in this into the idea of spreading ideas, opening dialogue, and ultimately having a good time. With that comes the beer and the partying and the drugs, the debauchery. Good word there, granola boy.
Thank you.
Yeah,
which is exactly how I feel when I'm writing songs too for Trash Boy, and which is why I feel very and future songs for Little War, which is why I feel very at home in this band, and I love playing these songs. Like I really, really feel them.
And you don't have to go too far to practice.
Yeah, exactly. That helps a lot.
Yeah, go ahead. You say something.
Yeah, I'll say something. To speak on what Mike said, we don't necessarily do this for ourselves because obviously we do things like live in basements, Mike. I think in a world that wants you to feel powerless, doing something like this, while some people argue doing something like this, we're just a blip on the, not even a blip on the radar, bands like this, but it gives you power doing stuff like this. It makes you feel powerful in a world that wants you to feel powerless.
I fucking talking about like power and shit and feeling power and getting empowered. You see that in your fucking stage presence, 100%. Especially in that last song when Dan fucking jumps out there and he starts fucking moshing with the crowd and shit. Like, it's just your music is just so fucking intense, such huge like high energy that like it gives you a little bit of a fucking buzz. Just like listening to it, you know what I mean? But
thank you, I appreciate that because they hurt. They hurt to play.
Yeah,
they are very painful,
especially in that live environment. Like I love like I get the physical format. There's always something that you want to listen to, like, and that's great. I understand like going into the recording studio and the mixing and the mastering. But I feel like that there's something that you can only get that you get live, and I can tell, like, for me it's like, do I want to interview this band? Like I'll interview anybody that want, but you sent me a request for a band thing, and I get them all the time, and I can listen to it, but you're not gonna get that feeling, like you're not gonna get that feeling like of what the fuck this is about until you're right there front and center and you get to feel it.
That's what we try to convey. I mean, while Dan was in the crowd, I was punching a tambourine as hard as I could, and like I said, it hurts. It all hurts. But you just feel and it's a weird dynamic between musicians and fans or people viewing. Like, I like going to shows and I like playing shows where everybody's on the same level.
Right.
And even though I'm up there sweating fucking bullets and slapping my bass as hard as I can, I want people to feel as energized and as raw as I do in that moment. And that's maybe why our music's so intense. Maybe that's why we wrote these songs the way they do, because I want, even though everyone's watching us, we're watching them. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a weird, it's music relationship is so weird just because there is that split where some people idolize people playing music, and that's the last thing I want for people. I think today, after our set, everyone was like, "Good job," blah blah blah, like, thank you, which is cool, like, I'll accept it. And I yelled out, thank yourselves. It's time to thank yourselves. Like, thank you. Don't thank us. We're the same as you.
Bands are nothing without a great audience. Like, you just feel like, what's the point? You know.
I'm probably the worst audience member ever. I'm just so fucking stoic. Like, I'm just sitting there and I'm looking, and I was like, I'm not like headbanging or throwing shit. I'm just like, most of the time when I'm going to a show, I'm in awe. Does that make sense? That, like, it seems like I have zero fucking emotion, but the truth is that I'm fucking processing, like, on another level, like, where I'm like, holy fuck, like, just processing it is all I can.
But at the same time, I process you and process everybody else. I like to do the I thing where I'm like, all right, that person's there, that person's there, that person's there. Just I don't know. I hate playing on stages. I like playing stages are some sort of like Romanesque fucking, like, look at me, I'm on a stage.
Oh,
like,
God.
no, I don't want that. If I could somehow play lower than everybody else, if I could play hey, the next time we play with a stage, let's get everybody on the stage and we'll play on the floor. That's a great idea.
Dan, as Slam Times continues, I mean, you've got these new housemates. This has been going on for quite a while. Slime Time. Like, what's next for it, man? And how much longer do you think you're gonna be able to keep this up? Like, for real, for real.
I honestly don't know the answer to that question. I mean, I would. Hopefully forever. Yeah, hopefully forever. I personally have no desire to stop, and it's great. It's great to have Ryan and Mike here, who are just as enthusiastic as me and Chris, and totally about doing this crazy thing that most people don't want to do. Yeah, it definitely does. Mike says it drives you nuts after a while, which is true. But I think we've figured out an equilibrium. Like, we had a couple rough patches with neighbors calling the cops on us, but I think we've figured out to, like, do one show a month, have it in reasonably early, so nobody is upset. Because, I mean, we're all living here together on this block. I don't want to ruin anybody's night. I want to make a night as great as possible for everybody who's here to see the show, while also not ruining anybody else's night in the next day, like if they can't sleep or whatever they need to do. So I think as long as we can maintain that balance, which I feel good about at the present time, I feel like as long as we live in this house, we'll keep doing it.
How long is your lease on the place, if you don't mind me asking?
I can't. I don't want to answer.
All right.
Because I don't want. Yeah.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess what I'm trying to surmise, or what I'm trying to get out of it, is that you're saying that it's going to go on as long as possible. So you really have no intention of leaving anytime soon, right? This is
Definitely not, and definitely not Philly for sure. I mean, if things come to pass and, like, it really doesn't work out here, and people and neighbors are upset, which I don't think they are currently, but if, like, it doesn't work out, it's too much for all the parties involved that have to deal with the noise and the people that come through. I mean, I would definitely just move somewhere else that I could do it.
Right on.
So,
Trash Boys album is out right now. Fucking make sure you check that shit out. Name of it?
The future is trash.
The future is fucking trash. And then you guys will be coming out with your album. When do you think? When are we gonna have Little War? When are we gonna have a Little War album? How soon do you think that's gonna be out?
Oh, well, first off, I've been recording all the sets tonight, so probably as soon as Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on my work schedule, our live set will be available.
Oh, fuck yeah!
And hopefully
I want that. I recorded one of your songs. It would be dope. I don't know if
Awesome.
you guys saw the Trash Boy video that I did.
No, I haven't seen
but
it.
Maybe if I provide you with that footage, you'll be able to do the same thing.
So yeah, well, that will probably be out sometime this week. I'll just rough mix it. But as far as the release, by the end of the year.
All right.
And even if it's not mixed, I'll just get impatient and just put it online and fucking deal with it. Like, we've already paid money. I'm just waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm crazy, like, this part needs to be louder. That's just me. But let's just say the end of the year.
Well,
Let's say it on recording the end of the year. So when I hear this interview and I'm like, fuck, I got to put that album out, I'll put it out.
I'll pressure you for it.
Thank you. I need pressure. We
Good.
need pressure.
Hey guys, people want to get a hold of you. Where can they do that?
You can find us online on Facebook at Little War, whatever that is. How do you ever say Facebook or?
Call me at 267-229. Don't call me, please.
Oh,
Leave me
fuck,
alone.
I was like, cool, man. We'll blast the fuck
You know
out
what?
of that.
You know what? Fucking call me. My number is 267-516-3457. That is my actual number. You can call me. You don't have to bleep it. Call me and we can talk. We can hang out. And maybe we can, I'll tell you when the next show is. You can come over. I'll fucking cook you some food. I'm going to make some chili later. So hopefully, I'm going to start it actually after this interview because it's got to cook for a while. So hopefully you're here for that. Call me. We'll fucking eat. We'll fucking smoke weed and we'll talk about life.
Mike's an amazing cook. This is honestly the biggest thing he brings to the table as a resident of Slime Time. So
are you a chef? Is that what you or are you?
I'm not a chef.
All right.
The song I was singing about bosses, that is, working in a kitchen environment. We have a song about robbing your boss's house while they sleep.
Yeah.
That comes from working in a kitchen and getting yelled at for years and years and years and years and years and not making enough money while they somehow drive really nice cars and go home and have sex with their significant other and pet their kids on their head and kiss them before they go to sleep.
Well, it's funny because I'm a boss, and as soon as you said that,
That's
I was like,
why
fuck, I got to get in.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're probably a really good boss.
Stalling my no, but we'll talk about that another time. Hey guys,
Nah, you seem like a good guy.
it's been a blast, dude. Really
Thank you.
Enjoyed getting to speak to you. Thank you for letting me commandeer your room to do these interviews today.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
I can't think of a better place.
Live from Ryan's bedroom. It's
Awesome, guys.
Sunday afternoon.
It's Slime Time Live.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank
for your
you.
time.
Fucking
Really-
thank you.
Really awesome fucking book collection, by the way. I was checking that out. And,
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, man. They say that if you go to somebody's house and they don't have books, don't fuck them. But it looks like you're getting laid, little dude.
He's got some knowledge in him.
And also the second season of SpongeBob. That's crucial.
We don't talk about SpongeBob apparently.
I think we'll kill it there.
We'll
Thank
kill it
you
there.
So much, guys. I really appreciate it. You guys are fucking awesome. Can't wait to do this again.
Thank you.